For more on this, and especially this substantive round of the tournament, let's go to Rayed Georges. He is watching the games from Niagara, Ontario, in host country Canada. Rayed, great having you. And first up, do you think FIFA has made a system where host cities get crowds, but probably not the profits?
Yes, they said that there's no proven documentation or analysis about a guaranteed return on investment. And this is why, for example, Quebec region didn't host any of the games in the World Cup. And the officials there, they said that FIFA presented a research, so-called research, without, tangible or proven facts that they have the return on investment. And the thing is more political, more, image or branding, image building for the cities, hosting cities. But the cost is definitely extremely high. In Toronto, I have said on your screen before the beginning of the World Cup, in Toronto alone, 6 games, as per the official numbers, they costed the city and the region $380 million.
And at the same time, we got to look at the other big variable in this competition, which is the 48-team format, right? Do you believe it's an opportunity for smaller teams or just more money for FIFA?
Look, there's 2 sides of the story. The positive side is that, yes, there's smaller teams who can participate, who can enjoy, the event, the tournament. However, the question mark is how much they can, achieve in the tournament. There's not too many Cinderella stories other than Cape Verde, for example, who tied with Spain, one of the main nominees to win the World Cup. And in my opinion, as the opinion of many analysts, 48 teams is too much because of 2 reasons. If you take in the whole world, the teams or the national teams who play average or good or excellent football, there's no more than 150. So you're inviting or giving a potential, access to the World Cup for 1/3 of these teams. This is very big. Secondly, the World Cup became a huge beast that not any nation can host. It was already a big tournament, the biggest maybe in the world after the Olympic Games in terms of organization. And now many countries are very reluctant to host the World Cup. And the proof is that the World Cup 2034 in Saudi Arabia, nobody pitched for the World Cup other than Saudi.
Yeah, it's a major difference with the Olympics that there's normally a fight for it. Nevertheless, I'd like to go a little bit deeper on this, because while FIFA may be making a handsome business and countries are reluctant to take the, to be the host country, city, etc., where do you think this is headed with probably more teams in the next edition and a possible transcontinental edition that will start in Uruguay and continue in Europe?
I don't think it's a good idea. The example is what we have seen here in USA, Canada, and Mexico, where I hope it will not happen again, where some fans, many fans did not get, for example, a visa for USA and they got a visa for Canada or vice versa or Mexico. So this is one. Secondly, logistically, it's very costly. It's spread on a huge, piece of land. And most importantly, the cost. You have mentioned the cost. The higher cost, the more difficult it is for cities to organize such events. I think the best thing to do is to host the World Cup in one country who can, host a World Cup and gather all the fans in not one, but let's say 2 or 3 main areas. And this is a very, very good thing for the overall ambience of the World Cup. And most importantly, the cost of the cities, it depends on how much money they invested, or the countries, how much money they invested in the infrastructure. Let's say, I'll give you a simple example. There's too much difference between the World Cup being hosted by Germany, let's say, or England, where you have almost all the stadiums ready, or a World Cup hosted by Qatar or South Africa, where they had to build many stadiums and spend billions of dollars just to host the World Cup.
Rayed Georges, thank you so much for your time and insights.